The apps that we've built so far have been pretty ephemeral in nature. That is, when they run, they show data, but they don't really persist any data between uses. When the user closes the app, poof, data's gone. That's it, no recovery. In this section, we're going to investigate how to hold data around for users by storing it on a third-party service called Parse. You could think of Parse as a prepackaged backend server, and it's ready to store just about any type of data that we want to throw at it. Parse is free to use for small projects, like the ones that we're going to be making, and it's extraordinarily popular for native and iOS and Android apps. The app that we're going to build is going to serve as kind of a shell of an application, or a boilerplate, a starter, that we can use in later projects. That means that for right now, we're only going to develop it to have one purpose: allowing users to sign up for our app and to sign in. So really authentication. Before we get started, let's throw a few goals out there for the app that we want to build. The first goal is we want to be able to build an app that can be ran on either Android or iOS. We want to have just 100% code share. So if I make some change to the application, some change in the code, and then I build an iOS version and an Android version, I want to see changes reflected in both versions. So one code base, two platforms. The second goal is that users must have the ability to sign up with a username and password, so basic authentication. And the third goal, users must be able to navigate between different screens. So we're going to have different screens, different chunks of content, and we want to give the user the ability to navigate in some fashion between these different screens. So I'll tell you right now that this is going to be a skeleton app, so we're not really going to be focused a ton on the visual design. So the visual design is going to look a little bit rough. The hope here is that we're going to build an application that we can use as a jumping off point for many different projects in the future, and not have to labor through all the tedium of putting together the core systems like authentication and navigation, all that kind of whatnot. So with that in mind, let's check out a mock-up. So the app has three screens: login, sign up, and like a landing page, something that they see once they've successfully authenticated. When the user first opens the app, they should see a prompt for their username and password. If they log in successfully, they're going to be taken to the third screen where it says, welcome user, where user is going to be their actual username that they entered back here. If the user doesn't have an account, they should be able to press this button down here at the bottom that says I don't have an account and be taken to a sign up screen. The sign up screen is the one in the middle here. When they're at the sign up screen, they could enter a username, a password confirmation, and then click the sign up button to actually sign up. Once they sign up, they will also get kicked to the third screen here, the kind of landing page. So sound good? This is what we're going to be making here. We're going to, again, be covering multi-platform development between iOS and Android. We're going to be talking about navigation between different screens, and we're going to be talking about authentication within the app as well. So we've definitely got our work cut out for us. Let's get started in the next section.